Hello. How are you? Good. How's Tina? Yeah, I saw your post on Facebook. Oh, bless. Hey. Hi, Sonia. Don't know.
Hello, I'm here, but I've just tried to show my camera and it start video and it's come up with failed to start the video camera.
Oh,
So you might not be able to see me, but
hmm.
I'll be here.
You know what to do. You don't need like extra support. So, I know it's better to be seen. Well, for
Yeah,
me anyway, but,
no,
you
I
know,
don't know. I feel like I'm passing around the camera.
yeah. As long as you can see me, that should make things easier. Because if you were to follow the practice just by listening, that might make it a bit tricky. But it's not the end of the world, and technology sometimes does things that beyond beyond us in a way. Okay, so we've got Sandra as well. So let me admit her. Hmm. Everyone good otherwise? Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
And I ate my lunch a bit too late.
We'll see.
I just had a cupcake, if that helps.
Did you?
Can we just lay down for an hour?
Maybe on Tuesday, but not on Thursday.
Oh,
Thursday warriors don't just lie down for an hour. Hi, Sandra. You okay?
hello, Max. Oh, yes, I just wanted to ask you,
Yes.
when you did the bridge the last time,
Yes.
the bridge on Tuesday, you said take a deep breath and then we're all going up. Do we hold that breath or do we have to breathe out also?
Which bridge was that?
We lay down
Yeah.
and you put the block underneath
Okay.
and then you said breathe in and
Mhm.
I was holding my breath and
Oh
then
no no. You meant to keep breathing, but it's just so there are different views on when you should inhale and when you should exhale because
yes,
in general when you practice, do like strength work or resistance training, then you do the difficult part. So the exhalation is on the effort, so on the more difficult part of the exercise, let's say. But in yoga, it might not necessarily be that way because in vinyasa, so if we flow with the breath, you're meant to breathe in when the body facilitates that. So when you open the chest, for example, it's easier for you to take a breath in. And then as you exhale, then, you can squeeze the muscles in your belly and your diaphragm contracts so you can fold. But then there are different ways how you can use your breath for moving from posture to posture. So also when you do like repetition, then I'd probably do the more difficult part on the exhale because your body contracts, so you've got more power to like lift, etc. But I'd say, as a general rule of thumb, that as long as you're conscious of your breathing and you're not just panting, and it's out of control, then it's fine. And the more you get to know your body, the more it kind of makes sense, like when and how to breathe.
yes, just remind us that we have to breathe because sometimes they're holding.
Okay. No. So, okay, I'll remember that. But as a general rule of thumb, when I say like inhale, it's just for the first part of the exercise, and
Okay,
then you can continue to breathe. Unless we're doing like pranayama, then you're holding the breath, etc. But I will keep that in mind just to be a little bit more clear.
yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
So for
Thank you.
today's practice, we need a block or a book. You can wrap it up with a blanket and the strap. The the block is more important than the strap because we might not get to use the strap, but I definitely want to have a little play with the blocks so you can explore the sense of balance. So if you haven't got one, go get one, and I will mute you all for the duration of the practice. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I've got everyone now. Fabulous. Okay, so find a comfortable seated position. We're not going to stay there long. We're going to move straight into the pranayama and get on with the practice. Then you can rest in a longer shavasana and allow the body to settle. So, legs crossed or in front of you. Oh, God. Thanks, Nelly. It's one of those days, let's put it this way. So I hope that you can hear me now. I've unmuted myself. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, close your eyes and allow your body to settle. Allow your mind to arrive as well. So letting go of perhaps the hecticness of the day, anything that you've done today, this week, or you've got planned for tomorrow and the weekend. So we're letting it all go with each exhalation, becoming more present, more grounded, and more aware of the physical sensations in the body. Conscious of the flow of the breath. Mindful of any thoughts, any patterns going through our heads, any feelings, any emotions. So allow all of these things to arise in your consciousness. Acknowledge them and let them pass. Each time you encounter a sensation, you get distracted by a noise or feelings, whatever it may be. Acknowledge it and come back to your breath. So yoga is about quietening the fluctuations of the mind. So one of the ancient yogic texts, Yoga Sutras, it actually begins as Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So the yoga calms down the fluctuations of the mind. So we're not trying to empty our mind or stop any sensations, thoughts or feelings from arising. We simply allow the fluctuations to calm down. So instead of having a storm in your head and perhaps in your body, by being still, by returning to your breath, focusing on deepening and lengthening it, you allow those frequency, so the amplitude between those frequencies, to become smaller. So then from a stormy mind, then you get a nice, calm, clear waters. So we're moving into the pranayama. We'll start with box breathing, and the simple one where each part of the breath lasts 4. So I'll aim for 4 seconds, but I'll be counting, so it might not be exactly that. We do it for 3 rounds, then up it to 5. So inhale 5, hold 5, exhale 5, and sustain 5. Then go up to 6 for 3 rounds and see where that takes us. If at any point you get dizzy, just return to your normal breathing, but try to use the full capacity of your lungs as you breathe in, and then as you exhale, use the diaphragm to push out the remaining air. So we're not recycling any of the air that we breathe in, but we try to breathe in fully as well as exhaling fully. Okay, so breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in for 5. Hold for 5. Exhale for 5. And hold for 5. Breathe in for 5. Hold for 5. Exhale for 5. And hold for 5. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 6. Hold for 6. Exhale for 6. And hold for 6. Inhale for 6. Hold 6. Exhale 6. Hold 6. Relax your breathing, breathe naturally, and observe any subtle shifts, perhaps the sensations around your vocal cords and your lungs, any physical sensations associated with the temperature. Notice the flow of your breath, whether it's easier to breathe, whether you can breathe more fully or if it's constricted. And open your eyes. So we're going to start with Sufi grinds. It's a part of purifying process that is often found in Kundalini yoga. So it's seated in a cross-legged position ideally. Then you can root down through the sits bones and really feel that connection with the ground. You bring the hands on the shoulders and the elbows are more or less in line with the shoulders. Sit up tall. And as you inhale, you turn to the left, but don't go to like your maximum. We're not trying to force it. We just want to flow with the breath. So inhale to the left, exhale right. And find the rhythm that works for you. And how far you go is also dependent on your body. So even if you feel like you could go a bit further, try not to force it. If it happens naturally, as to speak, or if your body, if you pick up the speed, then definitely allow it. But we try to keep it as natural as we can. So close your eyes and breathe. Inhale left, exhale right. Just make sure that the elbows are more quite high, because then this way you can access the thoracic part of the spine a bit more. And tune into the physical sensations. Staying firmly rooted to the ground. Finding movement all around the spine. Keeping your face relaxed. Try to keep the shoulders fairly loose. And allow the heat to build in the body. Visualize what's happening in the spine, in the organs. Keep going, even if your arms fatigue. Do it for another minute. Just inviting fresh energy all around the spine. And allow to slow down gradually, keeping your eyes closed until you find somewhat stillness. Release the hands to your knees or in your lap and pause, observing the sensations, noticing how you feel, how you got on with it. Did you like it? If you disliked it, without attaching to the value of your judgment. And then open your eyes, grab hold of your knees, and we're gonna start torso rolls. So start small, so it's like cat-cow with rolling. You don't want to be lifting your hips and your legs, so start small, really initiating the movement from your belly and visualizing what's happening in the spine and your rib cage. So pull the chest forward, opening it, and then roll back, finding a concave in the front of the body. And you can add as much shoulder movement here, even add your neck, as long as the sit bones are firmly rooted, keeping that connection with the earth. If you move slowly, then you might be able to find some of the areas that feel a bit tense, or they could do with some attention. But maybe you feel like you just need to keep moving, that fluid therapy. So check in with yourself. And then switch direction. So if you want, you can just start slow, observing how the body is responding as you go anti-clockwise, or, clockwise. So the opposite of what you were doing. How it feels to gently extend and flex the spine. How the core muscles are supporting the structure of your body. What's stopping you from falling? Keep breathing deeply. See if you can synchronize the breath as you push the chest forward, opening it, and then you exhale as you round your back. So just a few more rounds. Keep moving. And then come to the center. So grab your block, extend your legs out. So find a setting that works for you. So low, medium or high. So you want to have both sit bones down. Find long spine. You can point your feet. I don't know if I'm being over ambitious, we will see. Fingers down too, so you can push the ground away. And as you inhale, lift the leg over the block. And then exhale. So inhale to lift, exhale, come down. So keep doing this. And you see, Sandra, this time I'm saying as you inhale, lift the leg, even though lifting the leg is the hard part of the exercise. Because in yoga, usually when we lift up or come into, I'd say usually when you lift up, you can engage the pelvic floor muscles. So that's the contradiction. That's a contradiction to what I said at the beginning of the practice. But if you want to, you can do it on an exhalation if it works better for you. So there is that it doesn't really matter here that much. But if we were coming into a forward fold, I would never cue it as inhale as you fold over the legs, that kind of thing. All right. So just a few more times. Find that connection of the psoas that brings the leg and the core together. And then release. You can give that leg a little shake. Pat it. Switching to the other side. Well, again, check if this setting of the block works for you. Long spine. Tilt the pelvis forward, so we're not rounding through the lower back. And then inhale up, exhale down. So work with your breath, see what works for you, and if the angle works, because if you go to your maximum, then you might be inhibiting some of the move. So just keep going. So we bring both of the hands on each side of the leg rather than having it behind. I don't know where your arm is, Marek. So instead of keeping it behind you, keep it like this on each side of the leg. That's it. So let it burn and keep going anyway. Just a few more times. Try to keep an equanimous mind so we're not judging the experience. And if you're hating it, acknowledge it. It's all valid. And then keep going. And just one more time. And relax that leg. Brilliant. I'm going to transition over onto all fours. Fingers spread really wide. Hips over the knees. And just 3 rounds of cat-cow. So as you inhale, drag your chest forward, drop your belly. Find length through the front of the body, including your throat. And as you exhale, strongly push the mat away. Shoulders are going in front of your wrists. Twice more. Inhale. Extend your spine. And exhale, round your back. One more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Then come back into neutral. We're going to kick the legs out to a 90-degree angle. So fingers spread really wide and press down through the fingertips. So you can gently protract the shoulders and squeeze your belly. So find that deep core engagement. And then as you inhale, lift the leg to the side. So you want the knee to be in line with the hip. And exhale, bring it down. Breathe in, out. Exhale, down. This time, inhale, lift the leg. Maybe you extend it. Exhale, bend, bring it down. Twice more. Pick where you want to be. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And out. One more time. You can do it. Inhale. Exhale. So this time, bring the right leg behind the left, so over, so you can drop the knee down and slide your hips back. So it's not a big movement, but just so you feel some stretch perhaps or stress in the tissues around the right hip. Come back to the center, going to the other side. So inhale, left leg up and check. Is the knee more or less in line with the hip? Exhale, bring it down. Squeeze your core, inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe with the leg extension. Inhale up. Straight leg. Exhale, bring it down. Twice more. Breathe in. And out. Inhale. Exhale. So left leg behind the right, so cross it over, drop the shin, the knee down, and gently slide your hips back. You might not feel much, it might be intense. Just subjecting the outer left hip into some pressure here. And then inhale back to the center. So what we're going to do now from tabletop, you spin on the right knee to bring the leg behind you and to the side, so that will help you with balance. And then shift over into a modified plank pose. So the big toe is gently hovering above the mat, your core is engaged, and maybe you lift the left arm up, and then lift the leg up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Breathe in and out. So one more time, inhale and hold. Make sure that the leg is in line with the hips. You lighten your upper body, not clenching your jaw. Reach your fingertips up. All is good. Gentle bounces with the left leg. That's it. Finding some engagement. And then come back to all fours, switching to the other side. So left leg behind you, spin on the knee, modified plank pose. So if you ever feel like the full expression of the pose isn't for you, then you can come into this. Push the hips forward so that the leg is in line. Bring the arm over and then lift the leg up. So you inhale, exhale, bring it down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Then inhale up and hold. Notice how you feel on this side, where you can feel tension, burning. And just breathe, knowing that it's all okay. Little bounces. Keep the body in one plane. It's all good. And release. Knees together or as wide as your mat. Slide back for child's pose. You can extend your arms towards the short edge of the mat or keep them beside you. Draw the lower belly in so the rib cage can rest on top of your knees or in the gap between your legs. Your head and neck are heavy. Breathe into your back body, breathing in potential length into the space between the vertebrae. Breathe into your lower back, finding broadness and spaciousness. And then inhale, lift up to sitting on your heels. So grab your block. So this is, you've done something like this before. So we used to just do this to find strength and integrity in the shoulder joint whilst corseting the ribs. And we've also done this into child's pose. So we're going to combine these two. So to find, again, integrity in the architecture of the body, finding the breath, as well as moving. So grab your block and hold it. So press your palms into it like this. And then as you inhale, you lift your hips off the legs and bring the block over your head so that you're in one line. But try not to push your body through, but actually it's like you corset the ribs in. So you tuck the lower ribs in. Marek, tuck your lower ribs in. And then exhale, we come down. So 4 more times. Inhale, keep pressing the block. Reach your arms up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale. Exhale, keep squeezing the block. You want to feel tired. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And out. One more time for good luck. Breathe in. And exhale. You can put your block to the side and transition over into downward facing dog. So pedal your feet or find some movement, reacquainting with the pose, especially if it's the first time you're moving today, apart from, getting out of bed and doing stuff like working. So spend a few moments and notice any areas that require more attention. Notice if any parts feel good. And then settle in your down dog. So bend your knees and lift your sits bones up towards the ceiling. So find stillness now. Lift the sits bones up and rotate your triceps inwards, so towards your ears. That's it, to find some external rotation in the shoulders. Gently draw your navel closer to the spine and engage the top of your thighs. So you're pushing the back of the knees away from you to the wall behind you. Take a deep breath in and exhale, sigh out through the mouth. So twice more. Breathe in and let it all go. And one more time. Inhale and release it. Then slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Bend your legs if you need to. Keep the belly drawn in. And fold over the legs. So again, keep them bent as much as you need to support the lower back rather than putting unnecessary strain. Arms and neck, your head are relaxed. Spend a few breaths here, allowing gravity to lengthen through your upper body, to enjoy the soothing benefits of having your head below your heart. Feel the lift of your breath in the space between your shoulder blades. And some release as you exhale. And the next inhale, lift up halfway, decompress the spine, reach out through the crown of the head, and exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your legs a lot and slowly roll yourself all the way up to standing, and then adding a shoulder roll. Push the chest through. Find your Tadasana. Press down through the feet. Your chest is open, your spine is long. So we're going to go through a few rounds of sun salutations. So no cueing because you know what you're doing. We just want to build the heat and tire the body. So then when we come into the balancing, it will be that extra balance challenge to it. So come to the top of your mat. Inhale into extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale into down dog. Inhale into plank. And everyone with the knees down, exhale chaturanga as it's the first one. Hands by the low ribs, inhale cobra. And exhale through tabletop transition into downward dog. So that's what you want to do if you don't feel like you've got energy. If you do, we're going to go through the chaturanga and through plank back into down dog version. Then step, walk or jump your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to extended mountain. And exhale, hands at heart. Inhale, extended mountain, sweep your arms over the head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale here. And exhale, walk, step or jump your feet towards your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to extended mountain. Exhale, hands at heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, relax your shoulders, shoulders are down. Exhale, down dog. Inhale here. Exhale, step, hop or jump your feet towards your hands and fold. Inhale into extended mountain. Exhale, hands at heart. Moving to Surya Namaskar B. So inhale as you sink your hips low. Graze the mat with your fingertips and bring them back up into chair. So you're going to stay here just to feel the strength of your body. Find length in your lower back. Squeeze the knees together. You want to see all of your toes. Your weight is in your heels. Biceps are by your ears. Sink your hips lower. If it's too much for the shoulders, you can keep them at your heart in Anjali Mudra. Breathe in. And out. One more cycle of breath. Inhale. And exhale, gently fold over the legs. Inhale into half lift. Exhale into down dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Your body is in one plane. Elbows by the sides of the body. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Shoulders are down. Exhale, down dog. Inhale here. Exhale, feet to your hands and fold. Inhale, rise. And exhale, sink into chair, arms extended. Inhale. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale here. Exhale, feet to your hands and fold. And this time as you inhale, sink your hips low, graze the mat. As you reach your arms up for chair, I'm going to stay here. Keep breathing. Allow the breath to be calm and steady, or try to regulate it. Use your Ujjayi breath. Sink your hips low. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Stay here. Rest Find your breath if you've lost it. You can bend one leg and straighten the other if that feels good. Or sway your arms from side to side. Do like a rag doll. One more cycle of breath here. Then bring the hands on your hips, strong belly, strong back, and inhale, come up to standing. Well done. Do you feel warm now? I hope so. Okay, so grab your block, and I'll keep it next to you for now. So find your Tadasana and make it strong. So really focus on building the base. So spread your toes wide, press down through the outer edges of the feet, and try to engage the muscles in that arch of the foot, so as though you had a suction pad. So this is how you build the base. So starting with Padabandha, so the foot lock, pressing down through the legs. Your thighs are engaged. You zip up your core, but you open the chest and reach up through the crown of the head. So stand tall and strong like a mountain. And then close your eyes. Bring the hands at your heart and gently press the fingertips together. So to re-establish the action of bringing the energy to the core. Stand still. Or actually, notice how still you are. Just breathe. And then shift the weight onto your right leg. Keep the eyes closed. And trying to find a stability, begin to lift your left heel off the mat. Just the heel for now. And already notice what's happening to your balance. And then maybe you can come into your tiptoes. It feels like there's a storm here. Just notice how much you can internally bring your body into balance. And then maybe you lift the left foot completely off the mat. Not high, but so that it's off the mat. You can open your eyes if you need to. Then bring the left foot down. Find that base in the left foot as we switch sides. So move bit by bit. Notice how your body is transferring the weight onto the left foot. Start lifting the right heel and move ultra slowly to control the movement in the body. Try to stay with your eyes closed and see how far you can go. And notice what's stopping you. Is it fear from falling? Or is it fear from embarrassing yourself? It's all valid. Just be aware of what it is that may be stopping you. See if you want to lift the foot of the mat and try to keep standing. Maybe with your breath, you can bring your body into balance, into harmony somewhat, and bring the right foot down. Relax your arms, open your eyes, shake the legs out. How hard was it? Probably one side was better than the other, but even standing, with both feet down, there's still a lot of movement happening in the stabilizing muscles. So in the entire foot, the ankles trying to keep you upright. And those muscles, they don't fatigue so quickly because otherwise, we'd be tired all the time and wouldn't be able to walk or do anything. So now, grab your block and step on it. So negotiate the space. If you've got big feet, then I'm sorry, the block size is pretty standard. But even if you have small feet, then it still doesn't provide as much support as you would like. And stay here. Find your Tadasana, obviously without being able to do the normal stuff that we do. Bring the hands at your heart, press them together, and imagine that you're bringing all of that energy to the center of your body, to the midline of your body. And maybe you can close your eyes and notice how still you are. Just 2 more cycles of breaths. Observe your inner experience. And then open your eyes. So now, shift so that your left foot is on the block. So one-legged Tadasana. So the knees are more or less in line. You just bend the right leg, hands at your heart. So take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, sink your hips into one-legged chair on the block. So you still want to be able to see all of your toes. Your knees are in line. And keep breathing. So this is a really fun way to check your balance. So, it would be still great if you didn't do on a block, but that's like an extra bit. And then inhale, come up to standing, one-legged Tadasana. So then cross your right leg over the left, and that's a tricky one. And sink your hips low for Garudasana, but on a block. So I'll do it this way. So you cross, both legs are bent, and you sink your hips low, but we're just going to stay with the hands at your heart. So squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the calves, and sink your hips low. You might be able to come to bring the chest over the top of the thigh. Stay here and breathe, 2 cycles of breath. And then as you inhale, come up to one-legged Tadasana. Negotiate the space. So you're standing with both feet on the block. Relax your arms if you want to. And pause for a moment. So how was that? I'm out of breath. I'm just adding an extra dimension to a otherwise regular yoga practice with balances. Okay, so we're switching sides. So right foot is on the block. This is definitely my worst side. And find your one-legged Tadasana. So bring the hands at your heart. And the action of pressing them together might help you balance a bit better. So stand tall. The knees are more or less in line. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, begin to bend your right leg and sink your hips low for one-legged chair. So look, you can see all of your toes. Embrace the wobbles. Try to find that calm place in your head where everything's okay. You might be able to reach it, you might not, but ultimately, balance is a state of mind. And then inhale, come back to one-legged Tadasana. Then cross your left leg over the right. And I like to start bending my standing leg straight away to squeeze the legs together. It's the same action that's happening in the hands. Sink your hips low. Find your eagle pose. Keep breathing. Observe the sensations. Remind yourself that it's all good. You're great exactly as you are. Whether you're falling, whether you're standing, you're trying, you're doing. You're doing something for yourself. Maybe you want to come into a gentle fold over the leg. 2 cycles of breath here. You can do it. Inhale, back to standing, one-legged Tadasana. And then bring both feet on the block, relax your arms. And then step off the block. Shake your legs out. Well done. Then come to the top of your mat. Find a normal Tadasana. Bring the hands at your heart and briefly close your eyes. Notice how much more stable the ground is all of a sudden. One more round of breath here. Deep inhalation. Slow exhalation. Open your eyes. Then inhale, sweep your arms over the head, look up. And exhale, sink your hips low for regular chair. Inhale here. And exhale, bring the hands at your heart, squeezing your belly, twist towards the right. Lower your left elbow to the knee, and maybe you hook it. If you want to, you can use the right hand to help hook the elbow over the knee. Hands press strongly together, lengthen through the spine and roll the chest towards your thumbs. Check that the knees are in line and breathe. You might want to bring the left fingertips down and reach the right arm towards the ceiling. Keep the belly drawn in. Then inhale back to regular chair. Exhale into a fold. Inhale, rise up to extended mountain. Look up. Exhale, hands at heart. Then inhale, drop your hips, your fingers low. And exhale, find your chair. Then inhale, bring the hands at your heart. And exhale, twist the other way. So notice how that feels, whether you need to use the hand. Try to use your core for this. Maybe hook the elbow over the knee. Open through the chest. Breathe into your back body. It's essential for twists. Maybe you want to bring the right fingertips down, left arm up, but the right arm is hooked over the left leg. Inhale back to the center. And exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale into half lift. And exhale, step back into plank. Inhale here. And exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Coming into half frog. So bring the right forearm in front of you for support, so it can be on a diagonal. Bend your left leg. And with or without the strap, see if you can grab hold of it with the left hand. So the higher you come up, the more of a back bend it is, but you might be able to reach the foot more easily. And see how it feels if you kick the foot into the hand. And then pressing the pubic bone into the mat, try to bring the foot closer to your left bum cheek or outside of the left hip. And then maybe you've got the fingers facing away from you. So that's handy for pigeon, Sonia. And then you can spin on top of the foot so that the fingers face towards your body. And then you turn the chest towards the short edge of the mat. And breathe. Then gently let go of the leg, so don't slingshot it. And try it on the other side. So experiment with the position of the left arm. How can you make the pose more accessible? How does it feel better or more releasing? So bend the right leg and grab hold of the foot. And settle that just for a moment to check how your knees are responding, what's going on. And kick the foot into the hand. Bring your awareness to your shoulder, to your bicep. Maybe even the muscles in the top of the shoulder and the neck. And then slowly begin to bring the foot closer towards your bum. And spin your press the palm of your hand into the top of the foot so you can spin the fingers and roll the shoulder so that your fingers are facing towards your body. And don't worry if it didn't work out this time. It's quite tricky, and shoulders don't usually cooperate. Just a couple of rounds of breath. See where you can soften the body. And then release the foot. Gonna come into crocodile pose. So make a pillow with your hands so the forehead can land, and direct your toes slightly towards the, slightly inwards, so towards themselves, each other. You can gently roll the thighs in as you send your breath into your upper body, so you can even feel the gentle separation of the shoulder blades and lengthening of the tissues. Breathe into your mid-body, to your low back. And with the next breath in, transition over onto your back, whichever way you like. So you can just roll over. If you want to grab a block, then you can end this practice in a constructive bridge pose. So whichever setting you like, you just slide the block right underneath the sacrum, so the big bony bit between the hips. And again, enjoy having your head below your heart. Keep the knees knocking in towards each other if you can, but if you're comfortable in any other position, then just stay there. If your body's calling for a regular shavasana, then by all means go there. Maybe after a couple of rounds of breath, you feel like the bridge has done its magic. You can gently remove the block and settle into stillness. And notice the perceived stillness of your body. So even if you feel any desire, any itching, any need for movement, see if you can just stay with that and not pursue it. So this way we limit the movement to that of breathing. So the sensations of opening the chest, filling the lungs, and then gently contracting, lowering, softening as you exhale. take a deep breath in. Bring your awareness back into your physical body, to your mat. If you have a block underneath your hips, gently lift the hips up to remove it. And when you're ready, roll over onto one side. Slowly coming back up into a seated position to end the practice. So unmute yourselves if you would like to join, be heard. If you'd rather stay quiet, it's perfectly fine. So return to your seat and bring the hands at your heart. Gently bow your head and say thanks to yourself for your practice, for making the time to be here. Say a heartful thank you for the body. Bring your intention for the practice or the reason why you're here today into your mind, into your heart, and sit with it for just a moment. And now we can close the practice with one round of Om. So take a big breath in. Softly open your eyes. Thank you very much for your practice with me today. Namaste. Hope you have a lovely evening. If you have any questions, let me know. We're still continuing with twists on both Tuesdays and Thursdays, but just in a slightly different format, let's say. But if you have any particular requests or any poses that you're unsure of or you'd like to try, then let me know and I will be sure to slot them in, okay?
No more standing on blocks.
Was it tricky, Sandra?
I know. I needed some 10 minutes to reach the pose.
Yeah, no, it is a really hard one, but it kickstarts your nervous system and the sense of balance in your body. So then doing balances just on the normal surface is like, oh wow, it's not that bad, is it? So
One lift is sufficient. But then when you have to cross it and go down. Oh my God.
yes, really, really hard. But especially if it's the first few times you're trying it and your body's like, whoa, what's happening? Just go only as far as it's manageable. So it's okay to slightly push the boundaries, of your comfort zone, but not to just throw yourself out of there, if that makes sense. So if
One lift is sufficient. One
if
lift.
exactly, this is it, so you know it, then in a couple of weeks you'll be asking for more of the Garudasana and and whatnot, I'm sure. Oh, hi Tina.
She's going through an existential crisis right now.
Oh, is she?
Her dinner time was like 2 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, I mean, Nelly, what's going on? This is gross negligence, and you know it.
Anyway, thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Take care, Sonia.
Sorry, she didn't see me on the block.
No, I didn't. How did you find it, though?
What? It's funny, no, it was good. I found it quite hard today.
Well, you've been doing all the ab work, then I'm sure that your balance was okay.
And then it was my son's one a couple of years ago for Christmas, and I said, you can only do a couple, and then you can really feel your crunch, your ankle,
Yeah.
almost like pulling them.
Yeah, it's so hard, isn't it? But I only had, yeah, so you can get like proper, like really nice ones at the gym because I only had like a plastic one, so it was really hard because it was wobbly as well. But yeah, I know that pain. So, um, yeah,
Thank you.
no worries. All right, I'll catch you later, guys. Take care. Bye. Oh, I'm glad. We're gonna do more balancing, Nelly, so stay tuned.
I won't run on pavement beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, running on pavement is never particularly great for the knees, but yeah, but no injuries.
Have a good evening.
And you. Mwah.